We're talking today about measures to tackle England's housing problem. They're going to be unveiled, including things like sort of what homes will be built, where they'll be built for whom, and how quickly they can go up as well.
The government's long-awaited white paper will be announced in Parliament. One of the ideas is to use more flat-pack housing. You can believe it because you've been watching it on Breakfast all morning. Ben has more details from the prefab business. Morning.
Yeah, morning guys, welcome to Derbyshire. You'll be able to see over my shoulder here what they're doing is building roofs, and it's not maybe quite the flat pack that we would expect from maybe some furniture shops, but they assemble it all here and they do it on site, and well, it goes into stuff that looks a bit like this. This is one house mid-construction. They're putting in all the pipes, the cables and the wires. Chris is the boss here. Chris, good morning.
Good morning.
The joy of this, it strikes me, is that you can do all of the stuff, all of the work in a warm factory rather than doing it on a cold, wet building site, trying to put in plumbing and wires and windows. You can do it here and then you ship out the finished house.
Yes, that's exactly right. A day like today, it's cold, it's wet, it's windy. Why would you want to work outdoors? We can bring all the components here, electrical, plumbing, insulation, install them inside, in the dry, in the warm, correctly once, and then ship the whole unit when it's finished.
And what does that mean for cost? Are we talking about it being cheaper, or is it just a bit quicker?
I think it's about being very efficient and building to a very high standard. So what we can produce from the factory is something which is very hard to replicate on site unless you invest a lot more money.
And then as far as mortgages and the longevity of buildings like this, are they going to last? Because a lot of people will think of prefab, they'll think of post-war, and they're very difficult to get mortgages on those sort of houses. Are these built to last?
They certainly are. You can think of timber buildings going back to the 15th and 16th century that are still with us. So if they a little bit of care, and they certainly last. As far as mortgages are concerned, there's a panel of lenders that are quite happy to provide mortgages for properties like this.
Okay, good stuff, Chris. Really nice to see you. Thanks so much. We'll leave you there. So come with me, because I want to show you around a little bit. You get a sense of the scale of these things here. So this has some of the windows that are still waiting to go in. They arrive and they're all assembled here on site. And it's a real production line. They're rolling off every few hours on this production line. Kate is with me. Kate, good morning. And you brought Wizard the dog this morning.
I did bring Wizard.
Let's just talk about, you're from the independent property expert, I should just clarify. I mean, you know, we're looking at these houses around here. You know, are these the solution to our housing problem?
They're definitely part of the solution to our housing problem, because we need to build a lot of homes fast. And the real benefit of these homes is you can build them off-site and then just deliver them in a matter of weeks, as opposed to taking months. And we don't have to worry so much about the British weather.
Why is it that builders, the traditional builders that is, aren't building more? Because there's always those accusations they're sitting on all of that land and they're just not putting up houses.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a myth, I think, that the developers are sitting on the land, because they only make their money when they build and sell a property. So from their perspective, what they want to be very sure of is that people are going to buy them and that the demand is going to be there. We've all been lovers of brick buildings in the past, so these are something different, but I actually think the market's really ready.
Wonderful, it's so interesting. All of these houses come with ovens, they come with fridges, but sadly don't come with Wizard the dog. We'll see him a little later. But a lot of you getting in touch this morning wondering what happens to these houses when they've been finished building. And you saw some of the houses going out earlier. So this is one module, it's called. It goes up on what's known as this boat crane, and then, well, it goes out. So, I mean, they're sending this one out already. As you can see, it's moving out. It'll go on the bottom of a big low loader truck. And these lot are going up to North Shields and up and down the country. It's hoped that these things could be the solution to our housing problem. It's about getting houses built more quickly. This one, as you can see, the ground floor, the French doors and the front door there, but they can go 2, 3, 4, 5 stories high, and it means they can assemble them on site much more quickly and in many cases much more cheaply. And frankly, it means they don't have to worry too much about the weather and any other restrictions on buildings. So later today we'll hear from the government and its housing white paper about what it's doing to address that chronic shortage of housing. It's set a target of 1 million new homes by 2020. We're currently building less than half of that. So things like this could go some way to resolving that housing problem.
And Ben, I don't know if you know the answer to this. Did I miss it? Why was the dog there?
It came with Kate, Wizard the dog. They're just here. It came with Kate this morning. 4 months old, is that right, Kate? How was he? 4 months old. 4 months. So we've let him out of the car this morning. He's come to say hello to us all.
Oh, so you're doing a bit of socialisation.
They do, very true. Yeah, Kate's saying dogs need homes too, so yeah.
Was it Wizard? Oh,
was it Wizard the dog,
Wizard.
Ben?
Wizard. Love that dog. Thank you.
Jumping at the camera and everything on cue. Perfect. Oh. Leave him alone.
Needs some training. It's giving, really giving a
Getting a
good
full
old
lick
clean.
there, yeah.